So we stopped at Nelango and we were looking at, okay, what is Avijja got to do with Sila? Or what is Sila got to do with Avijja? Can I have Sila and yet get rid of Avijja, which means Arhat? So can I just following the Sila get into Arhat, which is not there? So then what's the missing piece in that? What's the question? So the missing piece in that is Sati. That's a puzzle. Just a small thing, just to be put. So when we say remove the iron rod, you need to have two things there. One is the iron rod, obviously, and you need to have Sati. Now the Sati gets you with Yoniso Manasikara. Okay. So you'll have a thoughtful reflection on what to be done and what shouldn't be done. Okay. So that's what I was asking yesterday. What is that missing piece in that? Otherwise, it's correct. Because in the previous one, Buddha says it is Avijja. And here he says Sila. Sila gets to Samadhi. For Samadhi, you require Sati. Please understand. And Sila Samadhi gets Panya. So what Ashwin was informing is true, that Sila Samadhi Panya. And I think somebody talked about defilements, and that's also true. But defilements, or whatever form that is, will start to work only when we have Sati. So now we have to spend some time on Sati, because Ekaro, it's on Sati, that word what he is using. Ekaro vattati rato. Ekaro is Sati. Okay. So you need to understand what is Sati, this business of Sati. So Sati is mindfulness, it's awareness. So what is in it for Sati? Because the starting point is Satipatthana and then Sammapadhana, like that, right? So we need to see what is the business of Sati. Sati in real sense means remembrance. You remember. What do you remember? You remember to watch the breath. That's remembrance, number one. You remember to watch the mind. What is there to watch the mind? Watch the mind where the eyes are going. Watch the mind where ears are going. Watch the mind where tongue is going, smell is going, or the nose is going. The body is going, and the mind itself is going. Watch the mind through the mind. You remember. Okay. I remember to watch the mind, and then what I'm supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to remember what is good and what is not good. What is noble and what is ignoble. That is, what is Arya and what is Anarya. Now, what is Arya? Arya is the one where you stop rotating. Anarya is the one where you keep on rotating. So the eyes, when it goes to the object, it keeps on rotating. So if you stop it, Indriya Samvara happens. So the remembrance is for Indriya Samvara. So Sila, after the one, is Indriya Samvara, and after that it comes Bhojana Matyanutta, that is moderation in eating, and then Jagariyanu Yoga. Okay, so the basic aim with which I am doing this is to ensure that I keep on remembering. So if I don't remember, it means something is missed, because I'm not remembering. Oh, I forgot to watch the breath today. Okay, you didn't remember. So Sila will work only if I remember to apply it. Correct? If I say Panati Pata Veramani in the morning, or Adinna Dana Veramani, Kameshu Michachara, or Abramacharya, whatever it is, and I totally forget after that and keep on doing whatever I was doing earlier, that's not sati. So the piece that needs to be fixed is sati. Then you know to remove the iron rods. Or actually, it's not an iron rod, it is in Indian way of living. Majorly, it's more of an Indian analogies. You have a iron door with that thing to lock it. Now you are so locked it, you're not able to know how to open it. You forgot. So you bring in sati to remove that lock. To remember how would you unlock it? So you pull that iron thing so that the lungi, that rod, is removed. You don't have to remove the whole door, just have to remove the lock and the door opens. It doesn't matter if it's a wooden door or iron door or some door, but that rod which is gone inside, it's stuck. So you have to put in effort to do something to remove it. For that, you need to remember to hit it. And then it gets opened. And that rod is removed. Throw the rod. Now the door is open. So that is Nelanga or Nelangi. Langi is rod. Any question? Anyone? All good? Okay. Now we have the next section, which is Seta Pachado. It is Shweta means white. Okay. So Seta Pachado is that white covering. Meaning, if the door is open, one second. So Seta Pachado means that it's which doesn't have any defilements. So let's say if I were to open the door, now the defilements are not there. I can go out. I can go out of the door. So the only thing I had to do was to remove that iron rod. And hence Buddha calls it as avidya. I don't have to remove the whole door. It would be madness. That means if I'm looking at removing all the asavas, all the sankharas, no. You need to know how to cut the sankhara, or I need to know how to cut the sankhara, how not to make sankhara. Remember how not to make sankhara. Remember how not to have asavas. Whatever asavas is there, it's okay, but dry it out. Don't have to do anything further. Kama asava is there. Cut the, use Yonisamanasikara. Remember to use Yonisamanasikara. Look at the Ashubha side of it or Adinava side of it and then cut off. what would happen? Asava will not move further. It's very simple. If I were to remember, so the whole thing connection is remembrance, which is what sati is. So when I remember to cut off everything, pahana, then it becomes clean cloth. Seta pachado. Now it is come out of defilement. So what did I do? Dasanena pahatabba. So what did I remove there? Kama, asava, bhavasava. Then samvarena pahatabba. So I did that. Very good. Patisevana pahatabba. I started using what is given. Then adhivasana. Like that, each one from there to next one to vinodana to bhavana. So I used a nice discretion to come out of this madness. So I immediately removed them. Removed what? The defilements. As I started removing the defilements, it started going away. So these are the 7 ways or 7 things I can remove it, as indicated in the Sabbasava Sutta. So it becomes clean. Ekaro vattati rato. The next one, next section. What we are doing is ekaro vattati rato. Ekaro means what? Single sound. Ekara. In one utterance. All the senses are in one utterance or unification. The awareness is on all the senses. Wherever the senses are moving, awareness is moving along with it, not allowing the senses to go outside that awareness of arising and passing away. So, abhikante, patikkante, sampajanakari hoti, alokite, vilokite, sampajanakari hoti, gate, tite, nisinne, sutte, jagarite, sampajanakari hoti, sanghati, pacca, chivara dharane, sampajanakari hoti. Like that. 2. Bhasite tunni bhave sampajanakari hoti. Meaning in every given actions, there is watchfulness of arising and passing away. Udayavyaya. Yam kinchi samudaya dhammam sabbam tam nirodha dhammam. Whatever that arises, yam kinchi samudaya dhammam, whatever dhamma that has an arising, sabbam tam nirodha dhammam, it has the same nature of cessation, ceasing. So if I am seeing a woman or some flower or some like this, I have this conference room, it's created. Whatever is created will eventually get destroyed. Not eventually, it is getting destroyed. Because vyaya. So if I'm moving like this, is created, destroyed, created, destroyed, created, destroyed. Standing, can see body moving like this. Sitting, can see the body moving like this. If I turn this way, this side is gone. If I turn this way, this side is gone. That means whichever side I'm moving my head, the other side is Nirodha. So I now have a complete knowledge of arising and ceasing. And Sampajanya is highest of the sati. First I get into pajanana to know it, and then I do sampajanana, completely knowing it. Okay. So sampajanakari hoti. Hoti means he is or she is. Kari is work. Sampajanana, knowing, complete knowing. Now what happens? If somebody comes, I have to see out of 4 sankharas of the vachi, the vitakka vichara will happen when the person is coming. So musavada, pisunavacha, parusavacha, sampapalapa, all these 4 are not supposed to be there. So I keep on watching, that person talks, and to see whether his sound, the sound what he's making, is irritating to the ear. If it is irritating to the ear, then the vyapada will come, or the domanasa will come. So what I should do? I should just look at it without reaction. The sound is a sound. It arises and passes. Yam kinchi samudaya dhammam sabbam tam nirodha dhammam. If I keep on reciting it within my mind, remember that everything arises and ceases. Reaction is not there. If I don't get involved, the reaction is not there. So then I know I'm in sampajanakari hoti. I'm in sampajana. Bhasite, speaking. Tunni bhave, silent. So then after that, that person goes away. Just like a cloud, gone, the sky doesn't get worked up by the cloud. In the same way, I don't get worked up with anybody coming or anybody going. So now I'm very sure of what's happening. Okay. That is the Sampajanya Pabba, section on Sampajanya. That is Sati, Ekaro. So the Indriya Samvara, when completely done, it gives you 2 things. Number 1, it will remove the symbolization. Nimitta gahi hoti, the nimitta is gone. And nana bhyanjana gahi hoti, meaning you are not describing, making into a story. So what happens? Chakuncha paticcha rupecha uppajati chakku vinyanam. That is, with the eyes and the sight, there is a conscious experience of seeing. Tinna sangati passo, there is a contact. Fine. Then passa pache vedana. Because of the contact, any one of the 3 vedana is going to come. Sukha vedana, pleasant. Dukkha vedana, unpleasant. Adukka sukha vedana, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Now here is my story. Phassa did not happen because of sampajanakari hoti. So will that go into sanya? Yam vedeti tam sanjanati, yam sanjanati tam vitakketi, yam vitakketi tam papancheti, yam papancheti tato tam nidana purisa, papancha sanya sankha samudacharanti Atita anagata pachuppanna chakku vinyane surupe. So that didn't happen. That means Vedana creating into Sanya, perception. Perception to story. Story to creating a huge story of it. Sankha Sanya, that is, he keep on adding and perceiving and adding and perceiving and adding to the extent that the explanation is so big, the description. Like I can say, my Australian visit, extremely good. Now somebody would ask, can you explain to me, Vilas, what is extremely good? Wow, I'm telling you, I use the word wow. It's fun, I'm telling you. Okay, tell me, I'm not able to get what are you trying to say. Then I make a story out of it. Brisbane is so nice. I never expected Brisbane will be so wonderful. And I've decided to shift to Australia. Hey, Vilas, but last time when you went to America, you said the same thing that you want to shift to America. Yeah, but now I found that Australia is far better than America. America is not that interesting any longer. Oh, I see. Why is that so? Because there are a lot of forest. Okay, so you want to stay in the forest in India? There are a lot of forests, right? No, 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 no. Indian forests are not good. I think Australian forests are better. So keep on making story, and that story is irrelevant. How should I answer then? Yeah, somebody asked, how was your tour? It's nice. Any particular thing you want to share? No, there's nothing particular. In city is a city, town is a town. Every place is same thing. And above all, I went for meditation session. So didn't have anything in particular. But if you're interested in knowing how to meditate, I can talk about that. And he says, no, I'm not interested in that. I asked, I guess so. And over. That means the sati ensured that I'm not losing my energy in talking, except on Dhamma. Excellent. So, ekaro. Any question here on ekaro? So it is oneness. Vattati. He says, abhikam patikampasetam adivachanam. That is, it talks about, this is a nice one, sati in abhikante patikante sampajanakari hoti. This is coming there. He's saying the monk who has understood arising and passing keeps on doing that in walking, moving forward, moving backward. Sampajanakari hoti. Okay, so he understands. Any question on this? It is what? Vattati. Vattati ratho. Now we are going to come to ratha, which we already covered in the previous one, but it is nice to cover. Like the ant hill is made out of food from the father, mother, and rice and porridge and all that. And then it has a typical characteristics of anicca, uchchadana, like that. Those 5 things what we spoke yesterday or day before yesterday. Anicca, uchchadana, parimadhana, bedhana, vidhamsana dhammassa. Anicca, arising, passing away. Uchchadana, it has to be regularly washed. Parimadhana is it goes into decay. Vedana, it is going to get broken, like a broken teeth or a broken feet or a broken bone or cut of skin or whatever. Vidhamsana, going into cremation, throwing it out. Dhammas, that which brought it together, it has the nature to get disintegrated. How did it disintegrate? Well, my dear friend, yesterday night you did not have dinner. So this morning your stomach was empty, saying that please refuel. Just like in the dashboard of the car, where it says please refuel. So refueled. So anicca happened. And when you woke up, the smell of the mouth was so bad. So you had to brush your teeth and take a bath. So uchchadana, parimadhana, every passing day, one day is getting added to your life, means the number of death, the period of your death is coming near. Bhedana, there's always a possibility of falling down and breaking something or the other. In the same way, if you have a computer, if you have a laptop, if you have mobile phone, if you have watch, if you have house, you have car, you have anything, they also have the same nature. It has anicca nature, arising and passing. So everyday usage of the car will make it old, and hence the car resale price reduces. What you paid at the beginning is not the same price anybody would like to buy. Uchchadana, you need to regularly clean the car or the house. You have to keep on wiping the floors, wiping the desk and all of that. Uchchadana, parimadhana. No matter how much you wash it every day, it literally fades away. So you can't do anything except for replacing it later. So parimadhana, bhedana, it can break. Anything that you have here in this room, what they have made, a meeting room, can break down. Vidhamsana, when it get totally aged, so the air conditioning is not working and this is not working, that is not working, and then they have to change it because it has the dhamma. So as this meeting room is, so is my body, is what is my what? Sati. No difference between this room and this body. No difference between that body called as Aryu and that body called as Ashwin to this. No matter if it is called as a female body or a male body, it's just a body. So there's nothing, except for the genital region, there is nothing difference between a male and a female per se. So when I make sati in that way, the sampajanya increases. So abhikante, patikkante, sampajanakari. So I keep on walking like this. I know, okay, this is moving like this, and I go back like this. So I know how this is going back, how it's going front, arising, ceasing, arising, ceasing, arising, ceasing. It looks I'm walking, but actually what's happening is the leg is opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. Just like the hand is moving like this. Mouth is going like this. So there's no person. It's just Dhamma arising and passing. So we are now in Ratha. Ratha means chariot. So what's a chariot made up of? These 5 things. Anicca, uchchadana, parimadhana, bhedana, vidhamsa. These 5 things. Don't forget. Sati, have sati. In this body, Every action I'm doing, like this, like this, like this, has arising and ceasing. Because I did like this and that went out. Again, it is biting, I do like this. Like how Aryu is doing here. He does it, leaves it. Or as Ashwin is looking here, there, so when he turns here, that posture is moved to another posture, another posture, another posture. So each posture is having arising and ceasing, arising, ceasing. So when you come to know the arising and ceasing, you have entered into the sati completely, which is sampajanya. That becomes sati sampajanya. And sila with sati is what takes you to samadhi. Now we understood the ratha, the body.
Sorry, you say sati and sila take you to what? I missed that word.
Sila with sati will take you to samadhi. And now you can do samadhi on the body. What it consists of? It consists of only Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa, Vinyana, the six properties or six qualities. So the quality of solidity, the quality of liquidity, the quality of heat, the quality of air, the quality of space, and the quality of consciousness is to know. It's not my consciousness, it's the quality of consciousness is to know. It knows. It's not that it can know, it knows. So when it knows, it knows. Like when I see this, it knows. When I see here, when the eyes go here, it knows. It can know in two ways, in yoniso manasikara way, in ayoniso manasikara way. In general, it is tuned towards ayoniso manasikara way. Now it is tuned to yoniso manasikara way. So it gets blissed out in yoniso manasikara and it gets into anxiety, vexation in ayoniso manasikara because it is losing that object. So it wants to possess the object. And that's the pain, that's suffering. Now, when it lets go of the object, because it never had an object in the first place, because it has a quality of these five things anicca, uchchadana, parimaddana, bhedana, vidhamsana. So it sees its futile attempt. Anything is created, arises and passes. And not only that, you have to clean it. And not only that, it can age, decay. And not only that, it will break. And not only that, it will go out of service. So when we name a product 1.0, we know for sure 2.0 will come. When we name a product 2.0, we know 3.0 is going to come. In the same way, when iPhone, let's say 1 started, they know 2 is going to come. And 3 is going to come. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we have 16 and 17 is going to come. So 16 becomes old. And 17 becomes the new thing. And 18 becomes a new thing. And 19 becomes another new thing. Maybe 20 and 21, 22, 23. And then the people say, you're still holding iPhone 16 Pro Vilas. It's time to go for a refresh. Boss, phone is a phone. No, no, no. 24, iPhone 24, you don't know what all you were missing. Yes, sir, I'm missing. So I buy iPhone 24. What it do between 16 and 24? It decayed. That's all it happened. How old are you, Vilas? 53. Excellent. So you died every day for 53 long years. And in Indian system, they have a beautiful system called as Varsha. Varsha means rainy season. So Buddha used to ask, how many rainy seasons did you complete? And the monks used to say 0, because I am still a lay person. As a lay person, you are in 0. Even though if your age is 50, your Varshavasa is 0. So from the Arya perspective, if a question were to be asked, what's the Varsha of yours? He will say 1. Because after getting into the Arya Magga, this is the first year. So that way of looking at is called Gotrabhu Jnana, change of lineage. So my lineage now is Arya. So when did you start on Arya Magga, Vilas? If a question is asked, I can say from 2014. So what is the Varsha you have? 11. But you said you're 53. As Anariya, total number of years is 53. Minusing 11, that means 42 years of Anariya. That means 42 rainy seasons of Anariya and 11 seasons of Arya. So now you have understood the body. This body can be used for Anariya and Arya. Now the 11 years you've been on Arya Magga. So it's good feeling because your lineage is changed. From repeated life and birth cycle, you have cut off. And then the anagarika or anagarika. Agara means house. Anagara means homeless, houseless. What's the home? Home is the six sense doors. So did you vacate the six sense door, Mr. Vilas? And the answer is yes. Are you doing Indriya Samvara? Yes. Are you in Sati? Yes. Do you completely remember all the time? No. That means there is some gap? Yes. Are you fixing them? Yes. So can we consider to be an anagarika? Yes. So how long are you been anagarika? From 2018. So the last 7 years you've been anagarika? Yes. How did you come to know you're an anagarika? Because I have cut off the home. But you stay in a house. Yes, the conceptual home has been removed. The conceptual body has been removed. So do you feel happy being anagarika? Yes. So it makes sense. Okay. So do you want to be an anagarika forever? That makes no sense. Meaning that kind of question doesn't make any sense because you're already homeless. If you're already homeless, there is nothing like making even more homeless than the homeless. It becomes hopeless then. So you have to let go of the home. So when you let go of the chariot, that is Vattati Ratho, then the next fun starts. Anigha. Nigha is Ragadvesha Moha. Anigha is devoid of Ragadvesha Moha. Now we are coming into the section of Arya Jnana, which is Arhata Phala Samapatti. No Ragadvesha Moha. Anigham. So Nigha is, he says, Rago, Nigo, Doso, Nigo, Moho, Nigo. So Aniga is one who doesn't have Raga, Dvesha, Moha. So one who has given up Nigha, Khinasava. That is, he says, Te Khinasava Bhikkhuno Pahina Uchinna Mula Tala Vattakata Anabhavantakata Ayatim Anupada Dhamma Tasma Khinasavo Bhikkhu Anigho Uchati. So this Raga Dvesha Moha is gone. Now, how does one remove Moha? Because Raga and Dvesha cannot be directly removed. There is no direct access to it. It has only done through Moha. So the first level of Moha removal is knowing the Dukkha. Dukkha Satcha. The second way of knowing it is the Dukkha Samudaya Satcha. What caused the Dukkha in the first place? The third way of knowing is Dukkha Nirodha Satcha. How you can remove the Dukkha. And the fourth one is Dukkha Nirodha Gamini Patipada, which is the steps that you took to remove the Dukkha for yourself. So this is the culmination of Four Noble Truths. And that Dukkha removal or the Dukkha knowledge comes with two other knowledges, is Anicca on one side, Anatta on another side. So when Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta, the three signata or three characteristics of everything, of every Dhamma is seen for yourself, Dhamma Chakka Pavattana happens in you, which shows up four things for yourself. Chakkum Mudapadi, so you get a chakku, call it divine eye, or a change, because you're seeing the same thing through a different eye than the usual labeling eye, and not through the labeling ear, nose, tongue, body. Just see it in a different way. So Chakku Mudapadi. That gives rise to Jnanam Mudapadi. Jnana means knowledge. Panya Udapadi, wisdom. Aloko Udapadi, the light comes in. It was darkness. What was darkness? Moha is darkness. Now, what is moha here? Let's take an example of a wife and husband. A husband and wife are in love with each other. They are having a nice life with children, having two children, husband and wife. Every day they pray to their God. God, please ensure my family is safe. And there is no thing called as safety. Even then, the family prays to the God. Is there anything wrong in praying to the God? No, not at all. Absolutely fair. You can pray to the God, whichever God you have. Whichever is your belief system, you can do it. But as long as conditions are good, no thing will come affecting that. But if the conditions are not good, no God can do anything about it. So every day morning, I pray to God, please God, ensure my family is safe. One day, this guy got an insight into the vexation, into the anxiety of his family. He started questioning, What's the cause and the condition of this vexation or this anxiety? He got an answer that as long as the birth is there, the death is going to follow. It was fascinating. All along, he was holding on to the one and trying to eliminate the other link. And now he found no matter what he does, it will go away. Then he started looking inside. He found there is an indication of death every day. Give me a second, let me look by hour. It has the same nature of passing. Hey, wait a second, let me look it by minute. Oh shucks, it has the same nature of passing. Let me now see it from the minutest. Millisecond, it has the same nature. Wait a sec, let me look it from the breath. Oh man, it has the same nature. As many breaths goes away, that many deaths has happened. Nothing I can do. Nothing anybody can do. So, no matter how much I pray to the God, God, take care of my family. When the air is going out every moment, which God can come and save me? So he sits down and reflects and sees what is the cause of this death is decay. And he sees everywhere, everything is decaying. He sees the plant is decaying. He sees the animal is decaying. He sees the fruits also decay. He sees the vegetables, they also decay. And then he exclaims, Yam kinchi samudaya dhammam, sabbam tam nirodha dhammam iti. And the divine eye opens. He sings the song, Chakkum mudapadi, Jnanam mudapadi, Panya udapadi, Aloko udapadi. And tears flows from his eyes. Now there is no family. Makes no sense to have a family. Why? Family is a label, and label can never be saved. So when the underlying factor cannot itself be saved, where is the question of saving the family? Then he sees further, he finds there is no son or daughter, nor the wife. They are just conditioned things. They're just dhamma. Has the same nature of decay and death. So he says, what's the condition for decay and death? It is birth. So dependent on birth is death. So he sees that the dependency of death is decay. So as soon as somebody is born, something is made, it starts to decay. So when the decay happens, the death ensures. Now he goes into the formula. Iti imasmim sati idam hoti. Imasa upada idam upajjati. And the tears now is double because he found it for himself that this being, this comes to be. With the arising of this arises. So he sees his son and daughter, himself and his wife, That they are coming into existence not because he wanted it, is because the food they are taking. The body is growing due to food. This being, food being, body comes to be. With the taking of food, body arises. This not being, this does not come to be. With the cessation of this ceases. Iti imasmim asati idam na hoti. Imassa nirodha idam nirujjati. So now he sees for himself through his divine eye, if there were no food anywhere to be found, can the body grow independent of it? No. Excellent. With the cessation of food, body ceases to exist. Now the second question comes. From where does he experience any Vedana? Pleasant, unpleasant, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. And he sees through his divine eye, using the same formula, this being, phassa, contact being, feeling comes to be. With the arising of the contact, feeling arises. This not being, this does not come to be. With the cessation of this ceases. With contact not come to be, no feeling can arise. With the cessation of contact, feeling ceases. He jumps in joy because he cut off the feeling, because there is no contact. For the very first time, he experienced upekha, equanimity, because there is no feeling. And without feeling, there can't be raga and dvesha. So he just cut off two ends and the middle is moha. So moha cut, raga and dvesha has no existence. Now he is a free bird. Chinna sotam abandhananti. So what does that mean? Ayatan means arhat. Ayata, ayanta is to arrive. Sota is one who has cut off. Uchinna mula, tala vattukata, like that. Stream. And then this is nothing to do with stream enterer, but the flood of craving, flood of existence, flood of avidya, that is ogha, kama ogha, bhava ogha, avidya ogha is gone. So he is now completely liberated. Because he has not only seen the Paṭisamutpada, he not only seen the Tilakkana, he has for himself experienced Paticcasamutpada. Now his faith is unshakable. At death enters Parinibbana. So the bandhana is gone. It's not about searching on internet how to get sotapanna. It's not searching on internet how to become sakadagami, or am I a sotapanna, am I a sakadagami, am I an anagami, am I an arhat? It's not that. It's personal experience. And Buddha Dhamma is one thing you will experience here and now. No time taken. No need to ask anyone, how far have I reached? You can ask a Kalyan Mitra or a spiritual friend or a Dhamma friend how to get there rather than asking how far have I reached. You also have a compass. You also have a map. You follow the map. Don't ask the spiritual friend, how far have I reached? Ask yourself, how far have you reached? And that would be an appropriate answer. If you want a map, ask the spiritual friend or your Dhamma friend. Can you share me your map? How did you do it? Makes sense. I want to see how did you reach. Yep, here's the map. Enjoy. Oh, that seems to be a long route for me. Okay, make a short route, whatever you find. But this is the route what I took. Well, if I follow this map, will I reach there? Yes, absolutely. Beyond doubt. How come? How come so confidently are you saying? Because I have Chakku Mudapadi, Jnana Mudapadi, Panya Udapadi, Aloko Udapadi. And how did you get that? Nibiddhaya, Viragaya, Nirodhaya, Upasamaya, Abhinyaya, Sambodhaya, Nibbānaya, Samvattati. These seven I've seen for myself. So I know the route. And I know how did I do it. So I can share. It's up to you whether you want to follow my map or you want to create your own map. But map is a map. You need to walk. Map will not walk for you. Map will only show you the way. You can follow the Arya, the mug, what they have taken. That ends Chittavagga. Of Paṭhamakāmabhūsutta. Any questions, anyone, or any confusion on this? This is a very good 4-line sutta. If you remember this nice 4 lines like a gatha. Nilango seta pachado ekaro vattati ratho anigham pacha ayantam chinna sotam abandhananti. You can keep on reciting it. It had a tremendous impact on me long ago. So if I keep on, it's not for you because it worked for me. So you have to find your own map or you want to use my map. So this plus that 7, Nibiddhaya, Viragaya, Nirodhaya, Upasamaya, Bhinyaya, Sambodhaya, Nibbānaya. So this 7 is what made me where I am today. So somebody wants to use this, very well use it. And that's exactly what Buddha used in Pasarisa Sutta. And that opened up my eyes. First time ever it opened up my eyes. Because I wanted a map. And Buddha gave the map. Nibbida should happen first. Then Viraga happens. Then Nirodha happens. Then you get peace. Then Abhinya happens. Then you see the Four Noble Truth. then the Nibbana happens. I followed exactly the same, and it happened. So I don't have to ask any Bhante or any Thero or any person or refer anywhere. How should I become a Sotapanna? How should I become a Sakadagami? How should I become an Anagami? Or even how to get into Arhat? I know, and I also know as of now how far more I need to walk for the completion. If I could complete, I will tell you how did I complete it as well. So the faith in Buddha, what I have, is not a blind faith. It's backed by the exact experience what Buddha says you should get. It's not about how much I have read. It's not about how much I have heard. It is good, but putting it in practice requires steps. So this one, what we have in the Chitta Vagga, is something to do with Chitta, being a normal person attaining the Nirodha Samapatti as well as Anagami. So for those people who have doubt that whether a family person can reach the highest, and the answer is yes. The only thing he should understand to do is not to get restless. If he is blaming his family, he or she, for his lack of coming up, is going to be much more problematic because the Vyapada increasing, it will make things worse. So his journey or her journey would be more troublesome. So the person should keep on saying, is he restless? If yes, stop it. First, you get into Anagami before you make anyone have faith in Buddha Dhamma. Most of the time, we try to mend our families as though we have rights to do that, which is against Buddha Dhamma because everything is of anicca nature. You can't control anyone because it has anatta nature. So if I want to control my family members, means I am going against the stream, which means I want to increase my dukkha. So in order to remove the dukkha, it doesn't make sense to add further more dukkha to the already dukkha. So what's the point? So the thing I should learn for myself is, hey, wait a second. Is this increasing my dukkha or reducing the dukkha? It's increasing the dukkha. Because I don't have a family. I have some people staying with me, which I call as a family. So be it. Even if a monastery, some people are around me. How does it matter? And now the chakra opens up. Because everything ceases. It has the nature of ceasing. So, which family am I talking about? Even if I stay in a monastery, it is few people, which is nothing but arising and passing. So, what's the difference between a monastery and a family life? They both are the same as far as Dhamma goes. The Dhamma is the nature, not a particular person, or not a particular colored person, or colored dress. We are not here for a fancy show. So the person becomes a monk inside and stops searching for monkhood outside. Because the cleaning is inside, not outside. So he gets out of this madness, which is when he experiences nibbida, disillusionment, and hence he gets into viraga. There is no raga. Otherwise, by now, I would have joined a Sri Lankan monastery and become a monastic in 2018. I did a great thing by not joining a monastic order in this period of time because there is no real asceticism. It's just some kind of what we can say labeling of this monastery and this tradition and that tradition, this way of doing and that way of doing, we do this way, they do that way, some all of this unwanted junk and gunk being there, which is worse than a family life. At least I know my wife and son or my parents or my in-laws how they are. These other people, I don't even know who they are. They're just wearing some colored dress and sitting there. So it's no point. So why don't I turn myself into an anagarika? Give up the house inside your mind. Can that be done? Yes. Excellent. So why don't I become a bhikkhu inside? Yes, you can. Why not? So, sammaditthi means yam kinchi samudaya dhammam sabbam tam nirodha dhammam. Excellent, Vilas. Then samma sankappo means nekhamma sankappo, which has already happened because nibbida has happened, viraga has happened, nirodha has happened. That means nekhamma sankappo, abhyapada sankappo, avihimsa sankappo. That is sufficient enough to get into anagami stage. Excellent. Samma vacha. Anyway, whether you are in a monastic life or in worldly life, you should be having these four. Musavada veramani, pisunavacha veramani, parusavacha veramani, sampapalapa veramani. Excellent. Samma kammanto, panatipata, adinnadana, abrahmacharya. Excellent. Samma ajivo, just work for your own living. Even if I were in a monastery, I should be doing some task. And some donor will come and give food. Some donor will come and give some chivara or clothes. Some donor will build a cabin or a house or a kuti or whatever it is called as. The same thing. The company where I'm working will give me money for food, shelter, clothing, medicine. Simple. Why bother? Samma vayamo, put all your effort, be while in office or outside office, on Dhamma. Samma sati, be mindful of arising and passing away. Everything that arises ceases to exist. Just practice that. Samma samadhi, I will be in samadhi all the time. If broken, I will re-establish samadhi. Excellent. Do you get samma jnana? Yes. Are you having samma vimukti? Yes. Enjoy the ride. So I've seen it for myself. So can I work with anyone? Yes. Can I be associated with anyone? Yes. Can I help anyone? Yes. Should I expect anything from anyone? No. So isn't it amazing life? It is indeed amazing life. So can I speak with anyone on Dhamma? Yes. Why not? Can I speak in their worldly language but yet use Dhamma? Why not? I don't have to talk anything from the sutta. I can talk anything practical to their job and be there. So are you always in Dhamma? Absolutely. Can this be done by anyone? Absolutely. Because Buddha Dhamma is for everyone. It's only about changing your perception from ayoniso manasikara, unthoughtful, unwiseful reflection, to a wiseful reflection, which is yoniso manasikara. And you keep on doing the same activity irrespective. If you are saying, I will quit the job for Dhamma, my question would be that will you stop shitting also along with it? No, you continue shitting, you continue urinating, you continue eating. In the same way, you are also working. If you have a special need to go and teach and all that, then quit the job because it makes no sense. Otherwise, keep working. What is happening? Nothing is happening. Because even if you went into monastic life, you have to work. You have to clean. You have to do all of that. You have to do the personal chores. Consider this also as a personal chores. And do the best in the organization where you're working. And if you have a family, take care of them and also take care of your Dhamma. That's what Chitta did. So you better follow the Chitta. Don't have to fight with anyone, any of the family members, or do something which will make your life miserable and their life miserable. Instead, you make your life most comfortable so that they see that you are so comfortable, you're so easygoing. That motivates them that even I want to be like that. And that's what changes. So I was informing Ashwin while he was there at my home, if your face is so dull, have you seen any sutta which says that any of the bhikkhus who saw it were dull? In fact, even after the Buddha got enlightened, the person who first met him was impressed by his look. And then he asked, you look so serene. Can you tell me, oh friend, whom do you follow? Who is your teacher? And when Sariputta or Upatissa met Assaji, he saw his face very serene and he asked this question, dear friend, you look so serene in your face. Can you tell me what do you do and who is your teacher? If my face is dull, if my face is showing a lot of discomfort, if my face is showing a lot of worries and anxiety and all that kind, am I on Dhamma? Even if I'm a monk, it doesn't matter. Because it's not impressive. Only when a person is in Sukha can he then teach anyone how and what is Sukha. If somebody is in Dukkha for whatever reason, he can't teach anyone how to be in Sukha because he himself has not seen any Sukha. How will he change the family perception? Because he is so irritating person. For himself, how will he not irritate others? He will irritate himself, he will irritate others, he will be in dukkha, he will add more dukkha to that people, and then he thinks, I am doing Dhamma work. No, you should be in sukha So much sukha that the husband or the wife will feel, wow, what a change I see. Just like Visakha and Dhammadina. Dhammadina saw the change in Visakha and she said, it's amazing, I'm so beautiful. And he says, take all of this money, take all of my wealth and leave me. She's shocked. Is there anything better than this? And Visakha says, yes. And she says, take me to the Buddha because I want to know the secret of this. So that is how we have to be. And that shows up on this very face. So for the first 2 days or 3 days, Ashwin was literally in a sad condition. So I told him, why are you doing this? And then he understood. Then he became happy. Then he got into bhanga. Every few moments he used to get into bhanga. That's the nicest thing. Now he's happy. So we need to transform ourselves before we transform others. If we are not transformed, nobody will be impressed in what we say because we ourselves are not changed. Forget about others. What's the point in changing anyone when I myself is not a changed person? Is there a way I can explain to Anjana and my son what is Buddha Dhamma without I myself getting anything out of it? No. She will say, yeah, Vilas has been the same. When I married, he was like this. Even now, he's like that. He just acts like that. He says, I'm on Dhamma. I don't see any change in him. That makes no sense. She should say, he used to be like this. And now, my goodness, I can't even believe that he's like this. Or he was like this. And that's the transformation. And that shows that the Dhamma has worked. Otherwise, it would be my own imagination that I'm on Dhamma, I'm on Dhamma, I'm on Dhamma. That itself is moha, delusion, because I'm deluded. Now I was in one kind of delusion, now I'm in another kind of delusion. And that's unfair on myself. And that becomes an unfair on another person. Because I'm myself struggling. And I'm putting my family in great distress. Every day we have a fight and we have an argument, quarrel, this, that, just for Dhamma. Makes no sense. What's the difference between a worldly fight and a Dhamma fight? They both are fight anyway. So basically, it's about how happy I am. And in this office, when I walk, people should notice that happiness in me. Okay, so then it makes sense. It makes tremendous sense. Look at this guy. He's so happy. Can you tell me how you're so happy in this condition? And I can help them. You know what? You can do this way. What do you think? And then that opens up. If I'm like this, or even more sadder, who will come and talk to me? Just look at my manager, Lata. Why will she talk to me if I am so withdrawn? Because she sees the face brightened. So she asks. So the only way to find out is whether the face is brightened or not. And in all the suttas, you can see the face getting brightened. And you can't fake brightness, it just comes. Nobody can fake that. There's no way you can create brightness in your face except for being happy, really. Otherwise, the strain shows up. And it can't be faked. Smile can be faked, but facial gestures cannot be. It can never be faked. So when a serene face is looked, there's an observation. Maybe people can call on the call can agree to disagree or agree. Yeah, Bobby. So you're with Michael.
Yes, Vilaji. Yeah.
Now you're working more, I guess.
No, actually, I work the same day, but
Aha.
sometimes I go with Sajal sometimes, during the day. That's the reason. But no,
Ah,
I
okay.
work the same 2 days, today and Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, and one question I had on Shaniel. Will you be staying there this Sunday?
No,
No, you're not
because
staying.
I think Saturday also he's, so I want to know that when he's completely free, there's no
Okay.
point in going there when he's busy.
But Sunday we
So
are meeting.
yeah, Sunday we are meeting, but I will join online probably, because next time when I go, I was planning to stay for a longer period, at least 2-3 days. So I don't know.
Okay.
I'll ask him this time when I meet him.
Sure.
When he's free,
Nice,
because
nice. But
he's a
this guy
busy.
is
He's a
going in.
busy. Sorry.
Viren is driving.
Yeah, Viren is driving. Yeah, that's what he told.
Yeah.
So
So only he and Shaniel from offline, and the remaining guys people I guess is from online.
yeah,
Nice.
I would like to go there, and if continuously meditating, that's good.
Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, you should do that. You should take that opportunity. Yes, so that is what it is on the Nelango Seta Pachado Ekaro Vattati Rato Anigam Pacha Ayantam Chinna Sotam Abandananti. So should we end? Yes, Aryu.
Very quick question. I have to go, but I forgot what's the original meaning of Chinna Soto? Like how before the analogy, what was it meaning? How do you explain that?
Chinna Sota. Sota means stream, not the stream winner.
Cut the
Chinna is to
stream.
cut,
Cut the stream.
meaning the worldly stream is cut.
And the bondage is cut.
Bondage is cut. Like, what happens here, Aryu? This also I'm talking to Bobby. It's like this. You're just going like he's in that place. Okay, he starts reflecting on each of the links. Okay, and then he gets that chakku. Like now he has one person is attending to by name Michael. Okay, so he just watches Michael, and then he keeps on looking at him. What's the cause? What's the condition? Like this, he keeps on asking. And at some time, Bobby gets this insight. With this happens. With this not being there, this doesn't happen. So he has penetrated into the dependent origination, Paṭhamakāmabhūsutta formula for himself. Okay, and that is such a relief experience that takes you out of that delusion. So the raga, dvesha, moha, the moha is the critical aspect, it's darkness basically. So the Paṭhamakāmabhūsutta cuts that darkness. Okay. So once Bobby, let's say, he sees this for himself, he can see this in everything. He can see it in plant, he can see it in animals, he can see it in himself, he can see it in his family, he can see it everywhere. So basically, he sees, this is what it is. So the nibbida starts. And the very moment nibbida starts, disillusionment, viraga, then viraga starts, dispassion, nirodha starts, cessation. Then the peace comes, instant peace. It's such a peace. You feel, wow, what a peace this is. And the very next moment, abhinyaya, sambodhaya, nibbana, all the three hits you like a wave. You see everything different, and then you see the Four Noble Truths, and then nibbana. And that is Paramamsukam. And you've seen it for yourself. You've not imagined it. You've not done anything about it. It changes your psyche forever. You become a different individual. Only with what he is doing. He is helping a disabled person, and that's sufficient. Just works like this. Just wonders. So from a Sotapanna to Sakadagami, once he reaches, it's a different experience. It's something unlocked. Just like that door locked, right? The door, he was locked, latched it. So he's removed that latch. Now the door is open. And then he feels, what a stream I have entered. This beautiful. So the very first time, Bobby is going to get into all the 8 jhanas. And his struggle is over. So his Kamachanda Vyapada will reduce, but he can't stay on the jhana. So the third time it happens, he gets into an anagami stage. Jhana is just like a play like this. Just click, it's in there. And that's it. So Bobby can be enjoying his guy swimming, walking here, there. He can be on 5th and 6th jhana and just enjoying it. Nice way. Like that.
Nice talk. Thank you.
Same with you, Ari. It also includes you. I'm just saying, for all the people here. But that's basically what it is. So when we are in a family life, we need to see how would we use the family to get into this. Like Ari, with your son being there, you can easily do it. He's not a hindrance to you at all. Okay, then let's end for today.